Athey kids and parents! This weekend at Athey Kids, we are reading about God using Gideon to deliver Israel. Because of their sin, Israel suffered 7 years of oppression by the Midianites. Even though they did not repent, God had compassion on them. He called Gideon to be their deliverer. The Midianites were very powerful and were cruel to the Israelites. So the Israelites made hiding places in mountains, and they also hid in caves and safe places. The angel of the Lord came and sat down under an oak tree at Ophrah. The oak tree belonged to the father of Gideon. Gideon was separating some wheat from the chaff in a winepress. Gideon did this to keep the wheat from the Midianites. The angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." The Lord turned to Gideon and said, "You have the strength to save the people of Israel. Go and save them from the Midianites. I am the one who is sending you." But Gideon answered, "Pardon me, Lord, how can I save Israel? My family group is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least important member of my family." The Lord answered him, "I will be with you. It will seem as if you are only fighting one man." So Gideon gathered men to fight the Midianites and led the men down to the water. There the Lord said to him, "Separate them. Those who drink water by lapping it up like a dog will be in one group. Those who bend down to drink will be in the other group." There were 300 men who used their hands to bring water to their mouths. They lapped it as a dog does. All the rest got down on their knees to drink. Then the Lord said to Gideon, "I will save you using the 300 men who lapped the water. And I will allow you to defeat Midian. Let all the other men go to their homes." That night the Lord spoke to Gideon. He said, "Get up, go down and attack the camp of the Midianites. I will allow you to defeat them." Then Gideon divided the 300 men into 3 groups. He gave each man a trumpet and an empty jar. A burning torch was inside each jar. Gideon told the men, "Watch me and do what I do. When I get to the edge of the camp, do what I do. Surround the enemy camp. I and everyone with me will blow our trumpets. When we blow our trumpets, you blow your trumpets too. Then shout for the Lord and for Gideon." So Gideon and the 100 men with him came to the edge of the enemy camp. They came just after the enemy had changed guards. It was during the middle watch of the night. All 3 groups of Gideon's men blew their trumpets and smashed their jars. They held the torches in their left hands and the trumpets in their right hands. Then they shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." Each of Gideon's men stayed in his place around the camp, but inside the camp, the men of Midian began shouting and running away. When Gideon's 300 men blew their trumpets, the Lord caused all the men of Midian to fight each other with their swords. The enemy army ran away in defeat. Although Gideon had many flaws, he did believe God, and God worked through him to destroy the Midianites. Even then, Israel did not turn to God. They enjoyed rest while Gideon lived. But this rest would be the final period of peace enjoyed by Israel in the book of Judges. May you find rest in the perfect deliverer, King Jesus, today. We hope to see you this weekend. Bye!